Okay, so we start from the point where we had left. If we take this, if we substitute over here, then it comes as V into I m omega plus R minus I s by omega is equal to F, isn't it? So you see your F by V. What do we get the F by V as? So therefore we can write the value for F by V. Okay, what is F by V? F by V will be equal to R plus I C. How it is matching with the equation that you did for an electrical oscillator, minus of S by omega. Okay, so this is what you get, where Zm is the, so you call this as equal to Zm. So Zm is the mechanical impedance of the oscillator. Zm, you define this as the mechanical impedance of the oscillator. Mechanical impedance of the oscillator. Is that okay? Alright. So next we can say that the mechanical impedance is defined therefore. How will you define the mechanical impedance therefore? You will define the mechanical impedance as as the instantaneous force, isn't it? It is the ratio of the instantaneous force, because the force that you are applying on the vibrator is the instantaneous force. Okay, so you will define it as the ratio F by V, as the ratio of the instantaneous force exerted by the external periodic force to the instantaneous velocity of the oscillator. Alright, or you can say that it is the external force required to produce unit velocity of the oscillator. So basically you can say that Zm is equal to F by V. Okay, and what will be the unit of this? It will be equal to Newton per meter second. Alright, that is your mechanical impedance of the oscillator. So R plus I m omega minus S by omega. Okay, so this basically is equal to R plus Xm, the corresponding mechanical reactance, okay, which consists of two components, one a mass component and another is a stiffness constant component. Okay, one is the omega m. Omega m is the reactance due to mass or inertia, and S by m is the reactance due to stiffness or elasticity, as you prefer to put it. And you can always draw a vector diagram in a similar manner as you did before. How will you draw the vector diagram? Well, the same vector diagram you can draw over here. Okay, so you write this. Basically, if you draw it, it is like alright, so this is R, this is m omega, okay, this is S by omega, this is I m omega, this is minus I S by omega. So what you get over here is Zm. This is your same phi, angle phi that we have talked of previously. Okay, so this is how we can calculate, we get a conceptual idea about the impedance of a mechanical oscillator. Okay, now how do you solve it? How do you solve this equation? Now to solve this equation, basically what you do is the following. You first solve this equation. This is your differential equation. So so first it is the differential equation of a damped oscillator. So if you remember that, you write it down, plus R dy dt. Okay, plus Sy equal to 0 is for the damped oscillator. So the displacement of the oscillation is equal to 0 prior to the application of the external periodic force, isn't it? So, but after the application of the external periodic force, this is how it gets modified. So first you try to get, you solve for the damped oscillator, that is the transient state. That means when the system will die down to 0. It's a transient state. And then you solve for the steady state. Steady state is when you apply the external periodic force and the system becomes steady. Okay, so if we solve for the steady state, if you remember what we did previously, we took y as equal to a e to the power I omega t, then substituting for dy dt and d2y dt square, what we got was something like, well, a minus omega square m plus I omega r plus s e to the power I omega t is equal to f naught e to the power I omega t. This was what we got, isn't it? This was what we obtained previously. Okay, now this relation is true for all values of t. For all values of t, this relationship should be true. So you can write A as equal to f naught divided by I omega r plus s minus omega square m. Okay, or you can write it as equal to minus I f naught, you just take I common, alright, divided by omega r minus I s minus omega square m. Okay, just follow one step, you get this. You can write finally this as minus I f naught, if you take omega as common, what you get is r plus I. This is very important. Ultimately, you have to come over here. You have to bring the expression to this point, and which is very easy. And this is how you follow your steps. Okay, s by omega. All right. So this comes out as, you see, minus I f naught by omega zm, isn't it? Omega zm. Alright, you get it in this manner, where Zm is the mechanical impedance. We have already shown that Zm is your mechanical impedance, isn't it? So this is what we have observed for Zm. What is it? That Zm is equal to, if you call it a vector, because we have drawn the vector diagram, r plus I omega m minus s by omega. Is that okay? So, well, if you really see, if you look into the vector diagram that was drawn previously, you can show, when phi is the angle, you can show that r is actually equal to Zm. Just refer to the vector diagram that I have drawn before, just now. Zm cos phi, okay, alright, and, well, omega m minus s by omega. This is equal to Zm sin phi. The same vector diagram, if you refer to, well, this is I omega m, this is I omega m. This is minus I by omega c. This is r. This is your Zm. So this is your phi. Okay. Alright. So this is what you get. Then you can write your Zm as, you can always write your Zm as, you can write your Zm as equal to Zm cos phi plus I Zm sin phi. You can write it in this manner. Okay. So that means you can put this as Zm e to the power I phi. Okay. Alright. And that so much so for your vector Zm. This is your vector Zm. And if you take the mod, what you get over here is square root of r square plus omega m minus s by omega whole square. Okay. What do you get for tan phi? We have worked on tan phi. For tan phi, you get omega m minus s by omega divided by r. So you can call this as xm by r. This can be called as xm by r. Okay, so finally, therefore, what is your solution for a forced vibration? Y is equal to a e to the power I omega t. That's what we took. Now we can substitute for the value of a minus I f naught by omega Zm. Look how the solution has changed from the solutions of free vibrator, damped vibrator. Okay, you have seen the solution for Y in case of free vibrator. Now you are seeing the solution for the forced vibrator. So this is the solution for the forced vibrator. You can break this portion up as, you can consider for your externally applied periodic force F, which you have taken as F naught e to the power I omega t. You can take two components of this. This is F naught cos omega t plus I F naught sin omega t. Therefore, you will just use one component of this force to solve the latter part of the equation. So let's stop over here for this particular video. Okay, and okay, so let us stop our class over here to discuss further on other points.